like to ask you this question. This is from Jana Crury. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. She says, Dan, you recommend getting a good study Bible, but as a skeptic, I wonder, aren't those already preloaded with a particular theological lens? Even the footnotes, cross-references, and commentary can steer the reader toward a specific doctrine. So how is that different from just reinforcing dogma with a friendlier tone? I find myself going deeper into skepticism. Help. How do you respond to Jana?
There is a great question. Thank you, Jana. There is a degree to which most Bibles and when it comes to study Bibles, like the ones I recommend are the ones that are the most critical, where they're gonna be sharing what they think the authors were trying to say theologically, without necessarily endorsing theological positions. And so when you get like the SBL Study Bible or something like that, you're going to be on much better ground than if you get some kind of study Bible from Erdman's or some New International Version study Bible or something like that. Those are the ones that are going to be committed to the inspiration of the Bible or something like that. And the same is true of commentaries. When you look at like word biblical commentaries, these are overwhelmingly written by very, very good scholars, but the commentary series explicitly acknowledges that they are written for people who accept the inspiration of the Bible. And so there are a lot of dogmas that are going to be in there. When you go to like Hermeneia, however, no, they are definitely not committed to the inspiration, the divine origin, the univocality, the inerrancy, the infallibility of the Bible. And you're going to get very, very good critical scholarship. And so while that concern, I think, is valid for the majority of these things, there are critical study Bibles and commentaries out there that are trying as the best they can to be purely academic and critical. And this is the reason that I recommend those two. Now, another one I recommend usually for the Hebrew Bible would be like the Jewish Study Bible, which is going to try to be as critical as possible, but also is acknowledging the readership is coming at it from a Jewish perspective. And so it's going to speak that language. It's going to use those, it's going to presuppose that knowledge and that kind of stuff. And so to that degree, you might talk about a dogma, but it's a pretty thin layer. You can find critical commentaries and study Bibles out there.